Hey you amazing folks, welcome to yet another video of Shout Out to Books where we discuss anything, everything related to books, stories, fun plot and whatnot. So today I'm gonna talk about one of the series by Ana Huang. The name of this series is Twisted. So it has 4 total books. The first one is Twisted Love, the other one is Twisted Games, third one is Twisted Hate, and the fourth one is Twisted Lies. So I'm gonna be talking about all of these books, the plot, what are the things that I liked, what are the things that I did not like, and I guess yeah. So I'm gonna be talking about the character, their arcs, everything in the book. It's gonna be a spoiler-free video, so you don't worry, you can watch it till the end. So this series was released somewhere in between 2013 and 14. First book in the series is Twisted Love. Now Twisted Love is I think the shortest book in the series. It's a story of Eva Shen, who is a student and she is very passionate about photography, and another character, the main character is Alex Volkov, who is best friends with Eva's brother Josh Shen. Okay, now this best friend Alex is running a company and he is a CEO of that company. He is charming and beautiful guy, yet he is very grumpy, and Eva has never imagined her to be with him because he's very grumpy and he's very cold. So Josh Shen is actually going away for one of the campaign or medical assignment, and he wants Alex to take care of his sister because he believes that Alex can never flirt with Eva because he's very grumpy. His choices are different, he's not ready for the long-term relationship and all those things. Josh believes that Alex will never take advantage of Eva. Eva is too trusting. So that's why he leaves Eva in Alex's care, and what happens afterwards is the story of this book. Now looking at this plot, you'll think that it's just a romance book. Trust me, it is not. It has so many twists and turns. It's not just a romance book. That's what I liked about this series a lot. So Eva and Alex, they keep on getting each other's nerves because he interferes with Eva's life. Along with this story, Alex has really messed up past. So does Eva. With Eva's past, I was more shocked. Eva has had some water-related accident when she was a child, and her family drama and her trauma is just beyond imagination. Although from this book, right, I really like Twisted Love, but I was finding this book a bit short. I wanted it to be longer, and specifically the enemies to lovers part, I was hoping it to be more, because this is the first book I read from the Twisted series. So that is the reason maybe I was wishing to have more enemies to lovers plot. So to give a rating, right, I can give it a 3 out of 5 stars. I think Alex was a bit too much for me, maybe because it was the first book that I read, but I remember feeling that way. Alex was a bit too much for me. He was unpredictable. He was a grey character. I understand. I like grey characters, but his character had more black in him than the white, if you know what I mean. It's a grumpy meets sunshine kind of romance. It has brother's best friend trope, a bit of a enemies to lovers. And you know what? Alex is disgustingly rich. He leaves his position as a CEO just for Eva in one of the plot. I mean, come on. So next in the series is the Twisted Games. It's the second in series, and I think it has comparatively okay of a pages in it. It's a story of one of the best friends of Eva from the last book that we talked about. Her name is Bridget, and she is the princess of this kingdom called Eldora. She has a bodyguard. The earlier bodyguard that she had a good rapport with that bodyguard. Because he is having a baby, he has to take a leave, and his replacement is our grumpy main character called Reese Larson. You know, he's from this allied agency. He's really good at his job, but he believes that he shouldn't mix the emotions with his jobs. He keeps his distance from Bridget. She's not really habitual to that kind of treatment. He kind of restricts her from going into the public places, to the concerts, and that's why they have a very rough start. The sudden twist come in the book is when her brother abdicates from the position for love. He decides to marry to the commoner, and that's why he has to give up on his throne. Now the next in line is Princess Bridget. Eventually, because of the circumstances, she has to sort of step up. She embraces it. It's a journey of her, you know, not wanting to be queen and embracing that particular role in her life. She's very responsible, and both of these characters, Riz and Bridget, both of them have the edge and they are very stubborn. She has to go back to the Eldora. So this book is actually divided into the 2 parts. First part is when the Alex and Eva's story is going on. In parallel this part is there, and the next part is when she is into the Eldora. That's the beauty of this series, that you don't have to read first book to read the second book from the series. There is no dependency. You can read it separately. So I would suggest go for Twisted Games first, and if you like Twisted Games, then go for the remaining ones. If you think that you want to read the best of the series, then Twisted Games is the one. If I have to give the rating to this book, it will be 4 out of 5. I adored Reese Larson. He's really the goal boyfriend, he's really
good at heart, and it's an age gap romance. He's mature,
caring. I think amongst all these 4 twisted men, 2 will be discussing later, I liked Reese Larson most. It's a forbidden love romance. It has a bit tad of enemies to lovers, and they have a very great chemistry. They have a good communication with each other. That's the thing I liked about this Twisted Games a lot. Third book in the series is Twisted Hate. This is a story of Jules Ambrose, who is best friends with Eva, another best friend of Eva. She's studying for the bar exam. She wants to be a lawyer. She has really aspiring heart. And the Josh Shen, who is Eva's brother. Josh Shen is a general physician. He is a doctor. He loves adventure, and he's an outgoing kind of person. But both of these hate each other like anything, because Josh believes that Jules is a bad influence on his sister. And because Josh has judged Jules in the past, right? She knows of that, and that is why even she hates him. Because of some circumstances in the in the book, they have to face each other, they have to deal with each other because they are working at the same place, and that is when they start their enemies with benefits kind of a situation. That was something new and interesting to me, and full of sarcastic remarks. It had very hateful remarks, sarcasm, that kind of things with the romance. Again, Jules has, I think, the most weirdest of past among these 4 female leads. Josh Shen has some unresolved feelings towards his family. He's caught up in that family drama. He doesn't know what he feels towards his father, and that takes twists and turns in the story, and Jules somehow gets blackmailed by this other guy because of her past, and how that turns out to be is the story of this book. So among all these 4 books in this series, right, I think the messed up past is the thread that is connecting all these books together. Jules Ambrose is such an amazing character. She's really badass. She is intelligent, and she has passion, and she is full of fun. So to give a rating to this book, I would go with a 3.5 out of 5. As compared to the other male leads, right, Josh Shen is the green flag throughout. Now the 4th book and the last book of the series is Twisted Lies. I think it is the longest book. It's a story of Stella, who is another best friend of Eva, Jules, and Bridget. She's a social media influencer. She wants to start her own brand of clothes. And Christian Harper, if I have not mentioned this guy, he's a boss of Reese Larson. He runs this security agency company. Along with that, he has many businesses like real estate and all those things. And he has this particular building in a posh area, which he gives to the minimal rent rate to Jules and Stella when they are roommates. And in exchange for what? He gives this room for rent in exchange for watering his plant. You get a gist, right? He likes her. This is why he is giving that slack to her. Christian Harper is rich kind of guy. He has a messed up past, and I think the most twisted guy amongst these 4, I found Christian Harper. To be honest, I was a bit scared of him throughout the book. In this book, twist comes when Stella finds out that some stalker that she had 2 years back, that stalker is now again threatening her, stalking her. And when Christian finds it out, how does he help her, and what sort of romance gets developed between them is the story of this book. This is more detailed as compared to the Twisted Love, because it is more in the length. For half of the time, my messed up mind, my suspicious mind, I was suspecting male lead himself. I mean, I know it's not possible, but I was still feeling that Christian is the stalker that torturing her. I don't know why I did think that. I like Twisted Lies, but not as compared to the Twisted Hate and Twisted Games. So I think I would go with a rating of, I think, 3 out of 5. Who is the stalker is really interesting thing in this book. It has some turning points in the book that will keep you engaged to the story. It's really spicy. But along with that, if there is some thrill, right, in the romantic stories, you would always prefer that kind of movies as well, correct? So that is why Twisted is a great series. It's fairy tale of its own kind. So this tells you, despite of having a messed up past, you can still look for happiness. Maybe that was the gist and takeaway from this series for me. It's a story of messed up parts turning into the beautiful life ahead. I think the spice is not something that everybody likes. I don't guarantee that you will like it, but that's the thing that keeps you hooked to it. That's the thing that keeps you engaged in the book. And to be honest, I really enjoyed the spice. So go for it and let me know how did you find this series. If you have already read it, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to hit that like button so I'll get that encouragement. Thank you, namaste, goodbye, and see you in the next video.